Marlborough, Massachusetts. Marlborough is a city in Middlesex County, Massachusetts, United States. The population was 38,499 at the 2010 census. Marlborough became a prosperous industrial town in the 19th century and made the transition to high-technology industry in the late 20th century after the construction of the Massachusetts Turnpike. Marlborough was declared a town in 1660. It was incorporated as a city in 1890 when it changed its municipal charter from a New England town meeting system to a mayor-council government. History. John Howe in 1656 was a fur trader and built a house at the intersection of two Indian trails, Nashua Trail and Connecticut Path. He could speak the language of the Algonquin Indians, though the local tribe referred to themselves as the Pennacoks. The settlers were welcomed by the Indians because they protected them from other tribes they were at war with. In the 1650s, several families left the nearby town of Sudbury, 18 miles west of Boston, to start a new town. The village was named after Marlborough, the market town in Wiltshire, England. It was first settled in 1657 by 14 men led by Edmund Rice, John Ruddick, John Howe, and a third John named John Bent. In 1656, Rice and his colleagues petitioned the Massachusetts General Court to create the town of Marlborough, and it was officially incorporated in 1660. Rice was elected a selectman at Marlborough in 1657. Sumner Chilton Powell wrote, in Puritan Village, the formation of a New England town, not only did Rice become the largest individual landholder in Sudbury, but he represented his new town in the Massachusetts legislature for 5 years and devoted at least 11 of his last 15 years to serving as selectman and judge of small causes. The Reverend William Brimstead was the first minister of the Puritan Church, and Jonathan Johnson was the first blacksmith. Marlborough was one of the 7 praying Indian towns because they were converted to Christianity by the Reverend John Eliot of Roxbury. In 1674 a deed was drawn up dividing the land between the settlers and the natives. This is the only record of names of the natives. The settlement was almost destroyed by Native Americans in 1676 during King Philip's War. In 1711 Marlborough's territory included Northborough, Southborough, Westborough, and Hudson. As population, business, and travel grew in the colonies, Marlborough became a favored rest stop on the Boston Post Road. Many travelers stopped at its inns and taverns, including George Washington, who visited the Williams Tavern soon after his inauguration in 1789. In 1836, Samuel Boyd, known as the father of the city, and his brother Joseph opened the first shoe manufacturing business, an act that would change the community forever. By 1890, with a population of 14,000, Marlborough had become a major shoe manufacturing center, producing boots for Union soldiers, as well as footwear for the civilian population. Marlborough became so well known for its shoes that its official seal was decorated with a factory, a shoe box, and a pair of boots when it was incorporated as a city in 1890. The Civil War resulted in the creation of one of the region's most unusual historical monuments. Legend has it that a company from Marlborough, assigned to Harper's Ferry, appropriated the bell from the firehouse where John Brown last battled for the emancipation of the slaves. The company left the bell in the hands of one Mrs. Elizabeth Snyder for 30 years, returning in 1892 to bring it back to Marlborough. The bell now hangs in a tower at the corner of Route 85 and Main Street. Around that time, Marlborough is believed to have been the first community in the country. The system, designed primarily for passenger use, provided access to Milford to the south and Concord to the north. As a growing industrialized community, Marlborough began attracting skilled craftsmen from Quebec, Ireland, Italy, and Greece. Shoe manufacturing continued in Marlborough long after the industry had fled many other New England communities. Rice and Hutchins, Inc. operated several factories in Marlborough from 1875 to 1929. Famous fry boots were manufactured here through the 1970s, and the Rockport Company, founded in Marlborough in 1971, maintained an outlet store in the city until 2017. In 1990, when Marlborough celebrated its centennial as a city, the festivities included the construction of a park in acknowledgement of the shoe industry, featuring statues by the sculptor David Capenteopoulos. The construction of Interstates 495 and 290 and the Massachusetts Turnpike has enabled the growth of the high technology and specialized electronics industries. With its easy access to major highways and the pro-business, pro-development policies of the city government, the population of Marlborough has increased to over 38,000 at the time of the 2010 census. In November 2016, the administration of Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker announced a $3 million grant to the city to fund infrastructure improvements along U.S. Route 20 to aid commercial development. Geography. Marlborough is located at 42-21-3 and 71-32-51 W 42.350,909. Minus 71.547,530. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 22.2 square miles 57 km2, of which 21.1 square miles 55 km2 of it is land, and 1.1 square miles 2.8 km2 of it 4.87% is water. The Assabet River cuts across the northwest corner of the city. Within city limits are three large lakes, known as Lake Williams, Milham Reservoir, and Fort Meadow Reservoir. A portion of Fort Meadow Reservoir extends into nearby Hudson. Marlborough is crossed by Interstate 495, U.S. Route 20, and Massachusetts Route 85. The eastern terminus of Interstate 290 is also in Marlborough. Adjacent towns. Marlborough is located in eastern Massachusetts, bordered by 6 municipalities: Berlin, Hudson, Sudbury, Framingham, Southborough, and Northborough. Demographics. As of the census of 2000, there were 36,255 people, 14,501 households, and 9,280 families residing in the city. The population density was 1719.4 people per square mile, 663.7/km2. There were 14,903 housing units at an average density of 706.8 per square mile, 272.8/km2. The racial makeup of the city was 87.70% white, 2.17% African American, 0.20% Native American, 3.76% Asian, 0.4% Pacific Islander. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 6.6% of the population. There were 14,501 households, out of which 30.4% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 51.5% were married couples living together, 9.0% had a female householder with no husband present, and 36.0% were non-families. 28.4% of all households were made up of individuals, and 8.3% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.47, and the average family size was 3.7. In the city, the population was spread out, with 23.3% under the age of 18, 7.0% from 18 to 24, 36.7% from 25 to 44, 21.5% from 45 to 64, and 11.6% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 36 years. For every 100 females, there were 97.2 males. For every 100 females aged 18 and over, there were 94.8 males. The median income for a household in the city was $56,879, and the median income for a family was $70,400. $385. Males had a median income of $49,133 versus $32,457 for females. The per capita income for the city was $28,723. About 4.7% of families and 6.8% of the population were below the poverty line, including 8.9% of those under age 18 and 10.3% of those age 65 or over. Economy. Marlborough is home to numerous businesses, stores and restaurants. Companies from a wide variety of industries with a significant presence in Marlborough include TJX, Raytheon, Hewlett-Packard, AMD, Novelist Medical, Netizel, Boston Scientific, Sonovian formerly Cipracker, AT&T, Apple Inc., Egenera, Evergreen Solar, Fidelity Investments, Quest Diagnostics, Lucid Technologies. Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce. The Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce is the local chamber of commerce for Marlborough and 5 other surrounding towns in Metro West Massachusetts. The chamber represents the business needs of over 650 businesses and thousands of employees in the area and is headquartered in the city. The Chamber of Commerce's role has included working with the Metro West Regional Transit Authority to improve transportation options and to obtain recognition for Marlborough's downtown village as a cultural district. Education. Public schools. High schools grades 9-12. Marlborough High School, a Sabot Valley Regional Technical High School. Middle school grades 6-8. 1 LT Charles W. Whitcomb School, formerly 4-7 School, Marlborough Middle School, and Marlborough Intermediate Elementary School. Elementary schools grades K-5, Raymond C. Richer Elementary School, Francis J. Kane Elementary School, Sergeant Charles J. Jowrek Elementary School, Goodnow Brothers Elementary School, preschool up to pre-K, Early Childhood Center. Charter schools. Advanced Math and Science Academy grades 6-12. Parochial schools. Immaculate Conception School Catholic, Peace-8 closed June 2020. In 2020. Private schools. Hillside School 5-9. Wayside Academy 9-12. Massachusetts International Academy closed June 2020. New England Innovation Academy 6-12. After-school programs. Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro-West. Transportation. Marlborough is located near the intersection of routes 495, 290-20, and the Massachusetts Turnpike. It is connected to neighboring towns and cities by MWRTA. Major highways. Marlborough is served by 2 interstate, 1 U.S. highway, and 1 state highways. Mass transit. Bus. The Metro West Regional Transit Authority MWRTA operates a regional bus service, which provides fixed-route public bus lines servicing multiple communities in the Metro West region, including the towns of Ashland, Framingham, Holliston, Hopkinton, Milford, Marlborough, Sudbury, Sherborne, Natick, and Weston. MWRTA routes 7 connect Marlborough with Framingham, which is well connected to Boston and other parts of the state via rail and bus. MWRTA Route 7C Inner-City Marlborough line runs roughly east-west through Marlborough. This route runs through the downtown Marlborough and connects multiple shopping complexes/malls, residential localities, and Marlborough Hospital. Transfers can be made between Routes 7 and 7C at the Marlborough City Hall stop. Private services. A number of private taxi/limousine services have been listed as being operated in Marlborough, e.g. Marlborough City Taxi, American Way, etc. Media. Newspapers. Community Advocate, a weekly regional newspaper serving Marlborough. and 6 surrounding communities. The Metro West Daily News, a daily newspaper covering Marlborough and surrounding communities in the Metro West region. The Marlborough Enterprise, the city's weekly newspaper. Marlborough Patch Online Daily, the Main Street Journal, a weekly newspaper. Television. Channel 8 Comcast, Channel 34 Verizon, WMIC-TV your community station Marlborough Cable Trust. Channel 96 Comcast, Channel 33 Verizon, Marlborough Access Public Access Television Marlborough Cable Trust. 1. Channel 98, Marlborough Public Schools student-run station. Arts. Ghost Light Players of Metro West. Ghost Light Players is a 501(c)(3) charitable organization based in Marlborough. The group has been performing in and around the Marlborough area since 2012, with productions including Hamlet, Dog Sees God, Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, Godspell, and Love Comics. Points of interest. Assabet River Rail Trail, Brigham Cemetery, Callahan State Park, Captain Peter Rice House, John Brown Bell, John J. Carroll Water Treatment Plant, Lost Shoe Brewing and Roasting Company, Maplewood Cemetery, Marlborough Airport closed, Marlborough Center Historic District, New England Sports Center, Robin Hill Cemetery, Rocklawn Cemetery, Solomon Pond Mall, Weeks Cemetery, Wilson Cemetery, Marlborough Memorial Beach. Notable people. Horatio Alger, Jr., author, graduated from high school in Marlborough in 1847. The city's annual Horatio Alger Street Fair was renamed the Harvest Fair in 2007. Zach August, National Basketball Association player. Walter Brennan, American actor and singer, attended Marlborough High School. Asa Brigham, politician and businessman. Carl C. Brigham, psychologist and creator of the SAT tests. Caroline Brown Buell, 1843-1927, activists. John Buckley, baseball pitcher, league baseball pitcher, Mike Burns, Olympian and World Cup soccer player, Rich Busa, marathon runner, Bobby Butler, NHL hockey player, George T. Conway, Roman III, lawyer, political commentator, graduated from Marlborough High School in 1980. Marcia Cross, actress best known for her role in Desperate Housewives, graduated from Marlborough High School in 1980. Aaron Dalbeck, guitarist in bands including Converge and Bane, Verge and Bane, and Verge and Bane, and Bane, and Bane, and Bane, and Bane, and Bane, and Bane. Crystal Eastman, lawyer, journalist, and activist, Charles Duke Farrell, catcher of the World Series winning Boston Americans team of 1903. Philo C. Fuller, former U.S. Congressman. Joey Graceffa, actor, author, singer, and YouTube personality. Gilman Bigelow Howell, genealogist and author. James Simon Cunnin, author of The Strawberry Statement, Notes of a College Revolutionary. Gregory Maguire, author of Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the Wests. Amory Maynard, industrialist, founder and namesake of Maynard, Massachusetts. John J. Mitchell, former U.S. Congressman. Robert J. Murray, Undersecretary of the Navy. Roy Nutt, businessman and computer pioneer. George Pine Roman II, American football player. Ken Reynolds, Major League Baseball player. Edmund Rice, co-founder and early resident. Franklin Pierce Rice, printer, publisher, and antiquarian. Henry Rice, Massachusetts state legislator and subject of Gilbert Stuart portrait. John Rock, gynecologist and obstetrician, co-credited with developing the first effective oral contraceptive. Canon Severin, American football wide receiver. Bill Simmons, sports personality. Lucy Goodale Thurston, missionary. John Patrick Tracy, Roman Catholic bishop of the Diocese of La Crosse. Diocese of La Crosse, La Crosse, La Crosse of La Crosse, La Crosse of La Crosse, La Crosse of La Crosse, of La Crosse, La Crosse, La Crosse, La Crosse. Bob Trimble, musician. Paul Wark, diplomat at Katia Zamolodchikova, drag queen. Anthony Lopez, Apwanans, 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 Apwan, Bizapwan. Sister cities and towns. Cities: Akarano, Tokyo, Japan from November 3, 1998. Ipatinga, Minas Gerais, Brazil from June 2009. Towns: Marlborough, Wiltshire, England, United Kingdom from 1657.